Hey, what is going on? Daniel here from Signature Performance and DuallyWheels.com. It's bright out, right? California sunshine. I know there's a little winter breeze coming in for the rest of the country, but over here we got to wear sunglasses so you can still see I'm here. Anyways, just wanted to take a minute here and show you guys a dually that we built this a while back. It is back. We did an alignment and a retorque, which is something we suggest on every suspension modification that we do. So you'll notice the truck isn't spick and span and perfectly clean, and that's okay. We still felt there was enough in this truck to take the time to show you guys what we did to it. So this is Oscar's 2023 Chevy 3500 HD dually. He came to us, he's in Palm Springs, about 2.5 hour drive from here, and Oscar uses his truck, and you'll see as we take you around what I mean. Oscar's a busy guy, and thankful that he's brought his truck back here. When he found us on our website on duallywheels.com, and it started with the wheels. They're a 26-inch KG1. This is the Luxor. This is their direct bolt pattern. So we still have a few of these 26-inch sets on sale, but that's how this conversation started. A 26-inch wheel, first of all, if you have a dually, it will fit in your truck right out the gate, but really tire options are extremely limited. And if you want it to look good like this with a nice MT aggressive tire, which is going to have the correct load capacity, you need to lift it. And so that's kind of how this conversation got rolling. Customer knew he wanted a 37. The reason is we helped him kind of get there. There is a 35-inch tire size available with the 26 that will fit on the HDs, but boy, they fit terribly when you stretch a 13.5-inch wide tire on an 8.25 wide wheel. So we really strongly suggest, if you're going up to a 26, to run a 37-inch tall tire for mounting purposes and sidewall purposes. And in order to fit that 37, then it was, okay, well, what lift do I need? So we've outfitted this kit with a 5-inch BDS kit. So this kit's gonna come complete with a front cross member, knuckle, sway bar end links, and we've painted all the undercarriage components to do that. It also has BDS Nitro front shocks. So this is their standard shock that comes right out the gate. It utilizes a stock upper control arm. If you can take a look at that angle of that upper control arm, it's really nice and flat, has the correct droop travel, which is really important on these HDs. You can go check out some of our other videos. I really go into depth on what that looks like on all these torsion bar front suspensions. So for wheel and tire, like I said, we're doing the 37-inch, 1350 wide, 26-inch diameter. This is the AMP mud terrain. So as far as entry-level price point tire, AMP is a great choice. Again, it's a 13.5-inch wide. Now, something my biggest reason for wanting to shoot this video was the quote-unquote direct bolt fitment from KG1, okay? Now, all the forgings from KG1, whether it's 22, 24, 26, 28, they're all 8.25 wide, and all the offsets are identical. The issue with direct bolt means no spacer. So the spacer would normally have like a wide 10 lug pattern here. You can see this is still an 8 lug pattern. So direct bolt, the idea of direct bolt is no spacer. The downside is on GM and on some of the newer Rams, they still require a spacer. They still require a spacer on the inside of the inner wheel. The reason is the Ram and the Chevy, they put their leaf springs so far out. You can look under there. They put their leaf springs so far out outside the frame that there isn't enough clearance for the direct bolt KG1 wheels. The inner wheel will come in it and it will hit the tire. So KG1 has come up with a solution. If you order these from us, they will come included with the wheels, but we do include a 2-inch billet adapter that is going to bolt directly to the axle on the inside. Comes with new studs. You don't have to cut your factory studs, but it also is hub centric. so that inner wheel will slip right on and it will sit on a hub and you'll be all good to go. As far as tire clearance goes in between. You do not have to run an in-between spacer. So these are two separate things we're talking about. A lot of wheels, if there's not enough clearance here in between the tire, you have to run a spacer. The KG1s, again, I can run my hand all the way through there, right? Like no issues with the 1350 wide and no spacer. The spacer's on the inside here. So we're good there. Now on the front, depending on what suspension you're doing will depend if you need a spacer in the front. Again, the offset's a positive 145, so it sits very tucked up under the truck. If you're running like a 265 tire, you know, no leveling kit, you're just running like a street tire you're losing load capacity with, which a lot of guys do, you will not need a front spacer. In this case, with a 13.5-inch wide tire, that front offset is too high under the truck, so the tire actually hits the knuckle. So we did also have to add an adapter in the front. Again, if you're building this package, we always suggest to give us a call, but you can see that we have plenty of clearance up there behind the knuckle. But if you're building this package, you know, these, when you get into the 26s and the custom fitments like this, we always suggest to give us a call. The last thing is, what else did we do to clear a 37-inch tire? Well, on the back side, we just pulled the fender back here, very simple. Up front, we added a bumper spacer. We're starting to sell a lot more of these bumper spacers, so depending what suspension you have, especially some of the GMs on the bigger ones like this. So this is a 1 3/4-inch front bumper spacer. You can see the body line still follows the line pretty nicely. And to be truthful, Oscar's truck's been impacted on the other side, so his bumper isn't in perfect condition, and it still follows the body line really nicely. So overall, you can see the truck sits really, really nice. The rear wheels and tires with the inner spacer, they stick outside the fender just a bit, right? About 2 inches, pretty common, 2.5 inches, pretty common. But out of the 13.5-inch wide fitment, that's what you're gonna get. So we do have these direct bolt systems available. If you're looking at one of the systems, the KG1s with adapters, we do have those as well. As far as where the tire sits, it's gonna sit in the exact same spot within a 1/4 inch. So again, 2-inch adapter on the inner side is gonna get this sitting right out here. So you can see about the outer 25% of the tire sitting on the outside there. If you do the adapter version, so if you're going 8 to 10 lug, or you're doing even 10 to 10 lug on the wide 10 lug pattern, that inner adapter is 1 3/4 inches thick. So anyways, a lot of math, a lot of information. I hope I'm able to answer some of your questions here today. If you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. Happy to share all these with you. But most of all, if you're building one, call us. We're happy to help walk you through. Don't get stuck down the internet roll. That's what we're here for. We're happy to answer those questions. You can go to duallywheels.com. You can build your package right there. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram. Most of all, just give us a call. We're happy to help. My name's Daniel. You can ask anybody on the team. You can go to duallywheels.com or give us a call at 888-505-0987.